Hello, I'm Diksha Vaiti, working as an intern at Pixel Apps.
Everyone is familiar with the big names such as Google, Apple, Facebook, and Amazon. If you are familiar with the tech industry, then you must be knowing who Sundar Pichai or Tim Cook or Mark Zuckerberg or Jeff Bezos is. These are the CEOs of Google, Apple, Facebook, and Amazon respectively. If you belong to the tech industry or follow it closely, the current scenario must be definitely known to you. The House Judiciary Committee has been investigating these four big companies since last June on the company's growing power and competitive position. Recently on Wednesday, 29th of July 2020, CEOs of these big tech companies Google, Facebook, Apple and Amazon had a hearing before the House Judiciary Committee on Antitrust. The big tech companies were accused of using their huge market power to crush competitors, other businesses and customers. The Congress accused Facebook of censoring conservative thoughts and Google of manipulating the search results by putting in the most profitable search results in place of more relevant and organic ones. Apple was accused of not playing straight with app developers, and Amazon was accused of an inherent conflict of interest for hosting sellers and competing against them by offering similar products. The CEOs had to testify before the Congress on a virtual platform. The CEOs defended themselves by stating that it is all a healthy rivalry in their respective industries. Representative David N. Cicilline, the chairman of the antitrust panel, was quoted saying, "Our founders would not bow before a king, nor should we bow before the emperors of the online economy." Let's look at some of the highlights from each of the CEOs' hearings. First, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook chairman and CEO. Mark opened his testimony by saying, "The tech industry is an American success story. The products we build have changed the world and improved people's lives. Our industry is one of the ways that America shares its value with the world and one of our greatest economic and cultural exports. Facebook is part of this story. We started with an idea to give people the power to share and connect, and we've built services that billions of people find useful. I am proud that we've given people who've never had a voice before the opportunity to be heard since COVID emerged. I am proud that people have used our services to stay in touch with friends and family who they can't be with in person and to keep their small businesses running online when physical stores are closed." When Mark was questioned about Instagram's illegal purchase, Mark defended himself by stating, "I think the FTC had all of these documents and reviewed this and unanimously voted at the time not to challenge the acquisition. I think with hindsight, it probably looks obvious that Instagram would have reached the scale that it has today, but at the time it was far from obvious." Now second, let's look at Jeff Bezos, Amazon founder, president and CEO. When asked about category managers having access to non-public data about third-party products and businesses, here is what Jeff Bezos had to say. "The fact that we have such a policy is voluntary. I think no other retailer even has such a policy. Well, that's the enforcement of policy we would treat like any internal policy. And if we found that someone violated it, then we would take action against them." Representative Hank Johnson asked Jeff Bezos about third parties selling counterfeit products and Amazon making money even after the sale of counterfeit products. Here's what Jeff had to say. "We certainly work to do so, Congressman. We would not just for our own retail products but for third party products as well." Third, Sundar Pichai, Alphabet CEO. Sundar Pichai was asked to justify Google's surveillance over web traffic to identify competitive threats. Here's what he had to say. "Just like other businesses, we tried to understand trends from data which we can see, and we can use it to improve our products for our users, but we really focused on improving our products." He further said that Google takes pride in the number of people who choose our products, and we are even prouder of what they do with them. From the 140 million students and teachers using G Suite for education to stay connected during the pandemic to the 5 million Americans gaining digital skills, to grow with Google, to all the people who turn to Google for help, from finding the fastest route home to learning how to cook a new dish on YouTube. Google's work would not be possible without the long tradition of American innovation, and we are proud to contribute to its future. We employ more than 75,000 people in the US across 26 states. Thank you for watching the video. If you're looking for a professional mobile app development company, do check out Pixel Apps. The link is given in the description box down below. Last was Tim Cook, Apple CEO. Tim Cook was asked about Apple's dominance in the industry, and he said, when customers consistently give iPhone a 99% satisfaction rating, that's the message they're sending about the user experience. But we also know that customers have a lot of choices and that our products face fierce competition. Companies like Samsung, LG, Huawei and Google have built successful businesses with different approaches. We are okay with that. Our goal is the best, not the most. In fact, we don't have a dominant share in any market or in any product category where we do business. Now, closing out on the almost 5-hour long hearing, David and Cicely was quoted saying, "This hearing has made one fact clear to me. These companies, as exist today, have monopoly power. Some need to be broken up, all need to be properly regulated and held accountable." What were your opinions on the Google, Facebook, Apple and Amazon hearing? Do let us know in the comment section down below.